I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold8 Ultra for 2 weeks now, and I finally know who this phone is actually for. Because after 2 weeks, there are things about this phone that I absolutely love. The massive display, the multitasking, the fact that Samsung somehow made a foldable this thin while still giving it flagship performance. But there's also one thing that keeps bothering me. Samsung calls this the Fold8 Ultra, and yet it still does not have Samsung's best camera system. So if you're thinking about spending almost $3,000 on Samsung's most premium foldable, today I'm going to tell you what's actually great, what still needs work, and whether I think you should still buy it. The first thing I noticed after actually living with this phone is just how much more normal it actually feels. And I mean that as a compliment. The Fold8 Ultra is only 8.9mm thick when folded, 4.1mm unfolded, and only weighs 215 grams. That's crazy when you remember you're carrying around a phone that opens into an 8-inch tablet. Older foldables sometimes felt like I was carrying two phones stacked together. But this does not feel like that at all. I can genuinely use the Fold8 Ultra closed like a normal phone without feeling like I need to unfold it. The 6.5-inch cover display is finally large enough that typing, scrolling through Instagram, replying to messages, and doing normal phone stuff feels natural. Then when I actually need the extra space, boom, you open it. And that's still the main reason to buy a Fold. And once you unfold this thing, that's where the Fold8 Ultra starts earning its price. The main display is 8 inches, and after using it for 2 weeks, going back to a regular phone honestly feels cramped. YouTube is better, browsing websites is better, editing photos is better, Google Maps is way better, reading documents is better, and multitasking is on another level. This is the part people miss when they look at a folding phone in a store. You don't buy this because an 8-inch screen looks cool. You buy it because eventually you start doing things on your phone that you normally would have pulled out a tablet or even a laptop for. For me, multitasking is definitely still the Fold's killer feature. Watching a video while answering messages, having a browser open beside my notes, looking something up without constantly jumping backward and forward between apps. Once you get used to that space, it's really hard to give up. Performance has been exactly what I expected from a phone with Ultra in the name. Samsung is using the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, which is actually the same processor platform used in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And after 2 weeks, I have not had a single issue with speed. The apps open instantly. Multitasking is incredibly smooth. Gaming feels great. And more importantly, the phone doesn't feel like it's struggling when you're actually taking advantage of that giant display. You can get 12 gigs of RAM with 256 or 512 gigs of storage, while the 1TB version gets 16 gigs of RAM. So performance, absolutely ultra. Now we need to talk about the cameras, because this is probably my biggest issue with the Fold8 Ultra. And don't misunderstand me, the cameras on this phone are good, really good. You get a 200 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. The main camera especially can take some excellent photos. You've got lots of detail, good dynamic range. Samsung's processing is very recognizable, and for everyday photography, I think most people are going to be extremely happy. But here's my main problem. Why doesn't the Fold8 Ultra have the S26 Ultra's full camera system? Samsung literally put Ultra in the name. And yet the Galaxy S26 Ultra gives you the 200 megapixel main camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, and another 50 megapixel 5x telephoto. That extra telephoto camera matters, and so does the zoom. The Fold8 Ultra tops out at 30x digital zoom. However, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra goes all the way up to 100x space zoom, which includes 100x digital zoom with Samsung super resolution processing. And yes, I know what some people are going to say. Who's actually taking photos at 100x? That's really not the point. Don't expect every 100x photo to look something like you'd frame on your wall. The point is versatility. If I'm buying Samsung's most premium foldable and you're going to call this thing Ultra, I want Samsung's Ultra camera experience, especially because Samsung itself positions the S26 Ultra as having the same capable Galaxy camera system with both 3x and 5x optical telephoto cameras and 100x space zoom. So yes, the Galaxy S26 Ultra has a better camera system. I don't think that's really debatable from a hardware standpoint, and that's probably my biggest disappointment with the Fold8 Ultra. Now let's talk about battery. Battery life has been much better than I expected from a phone powering 2 displays, especially an 8-inch inner display. Samsung has finally put a 5000 mAh battery inside the Fold8 Ultra, and for my use, I've been comfortable getting through a normal day. Obviously, battery life is going to change massively depending on how much you're using a giant inner screen. If you're gaming for hours, watching YouTube unfolded, and multitasking all day, you're going to burn through it faster. But I don't feel like I'm constantly babysitting the battery. You also finally get 45-watt wired fast charging, and Samsung says it can reach 67% in around 30 minutes under its test conditions, and my experience has been similar. That's a welcome improvement. Although interestingly, the S26 Ultra supports faster wired charging. Samsung rates that phone at up to 75% in 30 minutes using its 60-watt adapter. Durability is another area where I still think you have to understand what you're buying. Samsung rates the Fold8 Ultra at IP48, so you do get water resistance, including Samsung's lab-tested freshwater submersion conditions. But this is still a foldable. There's a hinge, there's a flexible inner display, and I'm definitely more conscious of how I treat this phone than I am with something like the S26 Ultra, which carries an IP68 rating. That's not me saying this Fold8 feels fragile, because it doesn't. But if you're somebody who drops your phone constantly or works somewhere extremely dusty, it's something I'd consider before spending this kind of money. And yes, the crease is still there. You can see it from certain angles. You can feel it when your fingers run across the middle. But I'm gonna tell you something that happens with basically every fold I've used. After a few days, I stop caring. When you're looking directly at the display and actually watching content, you will barely notice it. So if the idea of any crease bothers you whatsoever, you're probably still not ready for a foldable. For everyone else, I do not think this should be a deal breaker. So after 2 weeks, who should actually buy the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold8 Ultra? There are 3 types of people. First, multitaskers. If you're constantly jumping between email, messaging, documents, websites, and videos, this form factor genuinely changes how you use your phone. Second, people who consume a ridiculous amount of content on their phone like me. YouTube, Netflix, reading, Reddit, websites, everything feels way better on this display. And third, people who basically want a phone and a small tablet in one device. For those people, I think the Samsung Fold8 Ultra is the best version of Samsung's foldable idea yet. But I would not buy this phone just because it has Ultra in the name. If camera quality and zoom are your #1 priority, get the S26 Ultra. You get Samsung's more versatile camera system, including a dedicated 5x telephoto and 100x space zoom. If you don't care about multitasking or the folding display, again, get the S26 Ultra, because you're paying a serious premium here for the folding experience. The Fold8 Ultra only makes sense if you're actually going to use what makes a Fold8 special, and that's the inner screen. So my verdict after 2 weeks, I really like the Galaxy Z Fold8 Ultra. Actually, I like it more now than I did when I first unboxed it. The thin design makes a massive difference. The cover screen is actually very enjoyable to use. Performance is flagship level. This is a flagship phone and performance reflects that. Battery capacity is finally where I wanted it to be. That 8-inch display continues to be something a regular slab phone just cannot replicate. But come on Samsung, if you're going to call this thing an Ultra, give me the Ultra camera. Because right now, the Galaxy S26 Ultra still has a better and more versatile camera system. Samsung, please give the next fold that 5x telephoto. Give us 100x zoom. Then I think we'll finally have the Samsung phone that genuinely gives you everything. But right now, the Fold8 Ultra is a Samsung phone I would buy for productivity, multitasking, and that incredible folding display. However, the S26 Ultra is still the Samsung phone I would buy if camera versatility is a priority. And that's the choice you really need to make. But let me know what you guys think. Does this phone deserve the Ultra name even if it doesn't have Samsung's best camera system? And if you had to choose right now, what would you pick? Would you pick the Z Fold8 Ultra or the Galaxy S26 Ultra? And if this video helped you make a buying decision, hit subscribe. This is Remy Tech Lab and I'll see you guys in the next one.